Oh, right.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Please Watch Our Podcast. I'm Connor. And Spider-Man is here. What? What? We're talking about Madam Web. And yeah. I if you want my opinion of the movie, it's not good, but I love it. This is my third time seeing it for the podcast. I
Oh,
watched
you,
every time has been by myself too. So
you're doing it to yourself. Like these aren't.
if you want my opinion of the movie, my unbiased, well, my biased opinion, because I love the movie. I love the movie. I don't like it.
Yes, yes. No,
Like
that's a good. God, my
I
chair's so creaky. Let
I
me step
love
forward.
it. I love this movie so
Mm.
much. Do I like it? No. Would I want to hang out with this person? No. Maybe if this
This
movie was a,
person?
I was trying to do like I was trying to
Okay.
do
You're
a little,
personifying
yeah,
the movie. Yeah, I
yeah.
got you. I got you.
Like
I got you. I got you. I got you.
I feel like this movie would not be a great person, but this movie is. There's something about
No,
this
no,
movie.
yeah. If this was a person, they'd be like so dumb that would be
Yeah.
annoying to talk
Yep.
to.
Yep.
Um,
But like,
but that's pretty much my biggest issue with the whole movie was like it kind of sounds like it was written in like 20 minutes.
yeah.
Like all the beats are there. Like all
Mhm.
the whole story like
Mhm.
it vaguely makes sense.
Mm.
It's kind of like OG superhero movie of like here's the origin.
Yeah.
Here's where they get their powers. Here's their thing. Bam, 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 all the way through. And you're like, okay, this is pretty standard formula shit.
Yeah.
But all the content of those beats were awful.
Yeah. Like, it's not good, but you're just sitting there being like, why did Sony put this movie cost eight, $80 million to make, only made 100 million back. So, but like, why would you put so much
Wait, so
money
they
into
made
this?
profit?
Well, like, not by a lot,
No,
because
but they still made their money
they
back.
made their money back. But also, the Sony movies are done. Sony superhero Spider-Man movies are done.
Yeah, well, not really. Craven just came out.
Craven came out, but after that,
I fucking hope so.
no, they're
They've
done. Yeah.
literally. Oh, they are. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's straight up like 30%, 30%, 30%, 20%, 20%, all on Rotten Tomatoes, just
Yeah.
back to back to back. And they're like, I don't know why all these movies are getting bad. Like, they're not bad
Hmm.
movies.
They're bad movies. Even Venom, which I think I've seen the first one, I was like, it's
The
funny.
first Venom was competent.
Yeah.
I won't say it was good,
Hmm.
but it had a vision
Yeah. And
and
it
it more or less executed that.
and it also worked because Venom is not saying in the movie term, in the movie world, Venom is very similar to Spider-Man, be it that they kind of look alike.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, so like I feel like
yeah.
that
Kind
also
of.
helps.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yeah, he's
also,
also the most recognizable,
yeah, out of
probably, besides like
yeah.
Green Goblin,
Hmm. No one else,
probably
yeah.
one of the most like Spider-Man villains you're like, oh, that's Venom.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a giant Spider-Man that's
Hmm.
black.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Uh like Madam Web, the movie we're talking about, hasn't had like our own run of comics. That's how like she's the
Yeah, she
first
is not. No, she
superhero
hasn't.
to have to not have like a run of
Yeah,
issues. And
I
she
don't
has a
remember any.
movie. No, there's nothing.
You could, oh, you reached it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I
Like,
respect it. I haven't seen it. I've been, quick disclaimer. I do read a lot, like, any I try and keep up
mm,
with much of I at least say mostly DC, but I really like Spider-Man and Marvel. So like
yeah.
Spider-Man era and like Doctor Strange and all the magic shit, so like Moon Knight and Blade
Mm,
and stuff.
mm,
I usually try and keep up on. Um, but yeah, I
yeah.
think you're well
I
not I
think
think you're
I'm
right.
like,
You said that,
yeah.
but you are right.
Um, but yeah, also this is our first superhero movie that we're reviewing. Are you happy? For Baduary, guys. This is Baduary where we talk about
February.
movies that are similar to Madame
And
Web. Again?
no, I had something.
Oh,
No, keep going.
And movies that are like similar to Madam Web were just like people put money into this. And again, I'm just gonna say right now, we are not hating on anyone who was cat like crew in this film or
No,
anything.
no, no,
No,
no, no.
like because you guys put in the work, and the movie looks good.
It does.
It
Okay,
does look
so
good.
in like the vision moments, like the
Hmm.
first moment where she like gets her powers and like
Yeah.
see, and it's all that like light that's kind of like wispy like a web.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, fuck that chair. It's like I was like, holy shit, like this is actually like some decent visuals
Yeah.
and like some good visual storytelling,
But then they do
and it's
something.
and then they talk
Yeah, they
and it
talk
ruins it.
or they do something stupid. Like when that happens, she's floating there in a fucking pigeon.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, the pigeon. Oh my God, I
Okay,
forgot about that. I remember that whole scene. I was like, I'm in. I'm
I
in. And I'm
didn't
like,
I
is that
didn't
a
notice
bird?
it my third time viewing the film. I noticed it. I'm like, no way.
It's
Anyways,
the most New York shit.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, yeah. You see a bright light. What is
yeah,
it? It's a fucking pigeon.
pigeon, yeah. It's funny. Yeah.
I'm moving my mic in front of me. Sorry.
Okay, this you guys hear my
Hopefully this is
paper.
better.
I'm sorry. This movie came out last year too, which is great. It's not a year old. It came out in February of 2024, which is crazy to think about.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, fucking
Yeah.
cannot
Okay.
find it. Okay. Yeah. The we're in the Amazon in the year 1973. Uh, I'm calling her Cassie's mom. They gave her a name. I don't remember it. She's
Who gives a shit? Spoiler. She
she
dies
dies.
within the
Yeah.
first like 5 minutes of the movie.
She was
Like
studying.
literally, I think it was quite literally like 8 to 10
Yeah,
minutes into
yeah.
the movie.
It's very quick.
Cut.
They, she was studying. She was researching spiders in the Amazon. And if you're wondering, the clip of that became kind of like a meme. And I bought a shirt and I was hoping it's gonna come in. No, it's not gonna come in. I'll wear it for the next podcast though. Anyways, but yeah, she was researching spiders in the Amazon, and then they find these. They're talking about like I don't believe in these magical spiders, but they have healing properties. The fuck? Spiders are the last insect that I can think of to have healing properties. Like spiders have venom in them. You know,
Some of them do.
venom. Yeah, some of them do.
Well, that was the whole point was like the venom is actually healing.
Yeah,
And it like restructures DNA. And they say it like in the fucking movie. They're like, this is literally a superpower spider. Like,
yeah,
if you get bitten by the spider, you get superpowers. Like,
yeah.
straight up, no subtext,
Hmm.
no shit around, like, no pussyfooting around. They
Hmm.
were like, spider gives you powers,
Yeah,
like, just right off the bat. And I'm
yeah.
like, okay,
Like,
there's no like they don't discover that they give them powers.
yeah,
They know
yeah,
right away.
yeah. And
Um,
it's kind of like yeah, and also our bad guy in this movie, he has a name too. I don't really care that much.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. I'm calling
He
him.
is a cool character in the comics.
Yeah.
Like very cool. He's not necessarily a villain.
Mhm.
He kind of just does his own shit most of the time.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like a vampire
Mm,
spider
mm.
dude thing, and yeah, it's a bit weird.
They.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he literally looks like a homeless dude most of the
Yeah.
time. He has like a
Yeah.
suit and never wears shoes.
Yeah.
Um,
Long hair, beard doesn't really have like.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Except he's like older in the comics. Like
Oh
he's
okay.
like gray and shit
Yeah.
like that. Um, a
Um.
much more
Interesting.
sympathetic and
Yeah.
interesting character in the
Yeah.
comics than this
Cause
guy.
cause this guy is kind of just like I've been through shit. This is why I want the spider. And
Fucking just so stupid.
also guys, all his lines are dubbed over. There's like hardly any. I watched this film 3 times and I could count maybe one time. I'm like, that might be his voice. But at this point, I am so used to hearing him dubbed. I can't
I
tell.
think they are. I think it is. I think it's the same actor's voice,
It is, yeah.
except they just had to ADR it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
every time.
Every time,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's no. I had a couple moments where I was like, wow, his voice is like very clear
Hmm.
in this scene. like there's no moments in the movie where you're like, what did he say? You know,
You know what he says,
every
yeah.
time he says a word, it's
Yeah.
blasted into your
You
eardrums.
can hear it, yeah.
Um,
But yeah, no, like basically, and then he gets Cassie's mom gets shot, and then you get these. This I don't know if this is kind of
oh, las arañas,
yeah, that's what they call yeah.
which I think literally just means like the spiders,
Okay, that's kind of cool.
which but they fucking show up and they're literally wearing Spider-Man
There's
costumes.
yeah,
Like
I was yeah,
like red, blue,
blue,
black.
black, yeah, yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane, and I again 3 times watching this film. The third time I saw it, I saw that like the vines were going up their ass crack. And I'm like, that's not comfy.
It can't be comfy, but also
Mhm.
it's gotta be like, you know how like when you get a harness
Mm.
for
Yeah, you
like
get a
rope
wedgie.
swinging,
Yeah.
like for like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I imagine like that's gotta help
yeah,
with like climbing and shit. I
yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. I think, yeah.
Give your
Anyways,
balls a cup.
yeah. True. They didn't show they kind of. Oh, anyways, I don't really care that much. Cassie's mom fucking dies, and then the spider bites Cassie's mom as Cassie is being birthed into the world. There she is, Madam Web, and instead of the
They
tribe being like,
literally
sorry, instead of the tribe
no
being
no
like,
no no. Yeah.
we'll take care of you. They're like, she'll come back when she's ready.
It's literally yeah, and they somehow somehow these like native tribesmen with superpowers send Cassie all the way back to the US to be
Yeah,
put into the foster system
yeah,
because no one else is alive in the camp, right?
yeah,
Like everyone else in that expedition has been
yeah,
killed.
yeah.
So these like native tribesmen
Mhm.
somehow arrange for a baby
Yeah, newborn
to
baby.
be newborn, yeah, yeah, to
Yeah,
be shipped back to the US and then put into the foster system.
yeah. I want a movie about that. That sounds
Yeah,
more like,
yeah, the logistics of like human trafficking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But anyways, yeah.
except like reverse human, especially for like, let's be honest, like for the US,
Hmm.
it's kind of the what you would assume is the reverse human
Hmm.
trafficking.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. And then, time jump to 2003. Do you know why they did
Oh, dude,
that?
I didn't know what fucking year it was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no.
be straight up. Like I was like, what? I saw the flip phones and then I understood. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is not
Yeah.
now.
Again,
Uh,
it's so quick too. Like every time they play a year, it's like flash and gone. It's like, can you
I actually had no clue. No clue.
like people dunk and make fun of the Marvel movies for having like the logo telling you what location they're at? It's
Thank you.
kind of handy. It's kind of handy. I would like to know
In a
where we
fake
are.
world,
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I
They
think
don't ham fist it, but just be like, we're here now.
I'm pretty sure there's a song that plays later in the movie, and that song didn't come out, I think, till late 2004. It's like, oh,
Which one?
Toxic by Britney Spears. I don't think it came out.
I hated that scene. Okay, but
We could tell,
continue.
yeah. Anyways, Cassie is now a paramedic, which awesome.
Hmm.
Paramedics are
Hmm.
great, love them. And her partner is Ben Parker, played by Adam Scott. And bro, it's I feel bad for Adam Scott for being in this movie because everyone knows I feel like Sydney Sweetie and the other girls, they're like young. If a big company comes up to me, it's like, you want to be in this movie for a big movie, I'd be like, yeah, sure. I feel like Adam Scott got tricked into being this. He's also Ben Parker, so he's gonna fucking die. There's no point, you know. Anyways, yeah, he saves someone. They're saving people driving through New York. Cassie makes a joke about getting shot in Queens, which
Yes,
which
yes.
which happens to Peter, which happens to him in the future. If I were to rate the Uncle Bens that we meet or know about, he's gonna be pretty high up. I'm just being honest, just because we don't really have a connection to the other Uncle Bens. But I feel like He was pretty good Uncle Ben. I don't know what to say.
Except he wasn't. He became an uncle
Yeah. So he's
in the
not.
movie.
So technically, he's just
He's just
Ben.
Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just Ben Parker. And then like we get a glimpse of Peter's parents.
Yeah.
Like they kind of
Well,
focused a little bit too much on that.
yeah, it's kind of like Emma
Um,
Roberts is also in this movie. So
yeah.
it's like, why
What?
are you
Yeah,
here?
she's fucking Peter Parker's mother.
Peter Parker's mom. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, why?
Also, he's born in 2003.
Yeah. They want him to, like, I think my
I assume
conspiracy,
I assume he's
they
like
want him, yeah.
they're going like the teenager route.
They want him to be,
Um,
like, I think
Very similar to Tom Holland's.
What Sony wants is for the Spider-Man who made so much fucking money from Disney movie, like the Marvel movies, to be their Peter Parker. It's like, no.
Like Tom Holland.
Yeah, they want Tom Holland.
Yeah.
They could have, like, Andrew Garfield is right there. You know? He's right there. You can snack it. I think he'll probably do it. I love Andrew so much. But
Oh, Andrew Garfield? Yeah, I loved him. I loved
mhm,
his movies.
mhm.
Well, I liked the first one.
Yeah.
Second one I also liked. I liked
Mhm.
the Gwen scene and I
Yeah.
Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin I kind of fucked with
Mm,
just a little bit, but I also just like Dane DeHaan. I think he's just in like he
mm,
just plays that like unhinged rich kid kind of really
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of every role he plays. Not
Mm.
necessarily rich kid, but like
Go
what's the
off.
word? Like entitled.
Entitled. Yeah, yeah.
Like he deserves this.
Yeah.
I he did that in Chronicle. He did that in fuck the movie where he just murders people and he's like the Uber driver. Um,
Well, that's not. Is that him?
yeah.
I
Oh,
thought
that there's also
there's another
another
one.
one.
Okay, yeah.
There's another one with Joe Keery.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Um,
Yeah. Anyways, he's
yeah,
good.
no.
You, it,
When people
yeah,
discovered ride sharing, they were like, "We're all gonna get murdered," and then they started
yeah,
writing scripts, and
yeah,
then no one gets murdered. So like, shut up.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
yeah.
I
Um,
mean, people get murdered, but I mean,
yeah.
like, not really.
Not. It
More
doesn't
than
happen as
normal.
often as you would think it would. Anyways, yeah.
No, the ride sharing doesn't increase the
Mm-hmm.
amount of murders
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to an extent.
Yeah.
Um,
Guys, kind of funny things are happening with Cassie. You see her walk around people. She meets people. She meets Sydney Sweetie's character because her mom, she was driving her mom to the hospital, by the way. And this kid gives Cassie Webb a picture, and Cassie's like, "What do I do with this?
oh yeah, she
What do
just
I do with
sucks.
this?" And Ben's
Like
like,
she sucks.
Put it in your pocket and just
Yeah,
throw it out
literally just
later."
hold it and say thanks. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck do you mean? Uh,
like,
uh, so right off the bat, we just don't like her.
yeah. I don't like her. I find she is hilarious. The amount that, like, the way she acts around people. It's like, why?
Yeah, she's
She's
just
like,
like such a dick.
yeah, even after that, she's like, I can't fold it. It's like cardboard. I'm like, that kid made you a drawing because you saved his mom's life. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
And dude, and even Ben was like, you can
like,
just throw it out later. Like,
yeah,
shut the fuck up.
like
Like,
it's not,
literally, like, just right now, be like nice.
yeah,
And then later throw it out. Like,
no,
it's not
because,
that hard.
yeah, like, I had a kid give me a drawing. It's like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I kept it with me. Did I throw it out? Probably got thrown out at some point, but it's like, that's really nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it goes into the pile bin
yeah,
that like, you just put like a plastic bin, throw
yeah,
that shit in
yeah.
it, and then you're like, oh,
Oh my
maybe
goodness,
like a
yeah,
year
yeah,
later, you're like, holy shit, look at all this.
yeah.
Toss.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need it, but it's like it was nice. Anyways, she's just a dick. And like they're talking about their lives and stuff. Ben's like, I met someone, and you're like, oh, she met. They didn't say May or
No,
anything.
I don't even think they said it throughout the whole movie.
They didn't say, yeah, they didn't say Aunt May. They didn't say, I wonder why. Um,
Dude, like fucking Marvel owns
Aunt May.
the rights to Aunt May.
But like Sony you know about the Sony leaks, right? Like they hacked
Dude.
into Sony. They were going to
Oh,
make an Aunt May movie. You know, like Andrew Garfield's Aunt May. They're going to make a movie about her.
wait.
Like it was in like there's like a script about it and stuff written. Like it was
Wait,
talked
Andrew
about.
Garfield's Aunt May was like 80 8,000 years old, wasn't she?
She was like decent.
Or
She
was
was
that
like
Toby Maguire?
Toby
No, Toby
Maguire's, yeah.
Maguire's was super
Yeah.
old. Toby
Finish it.
Maguire's super old.
Finish it. Yeah, I love that scene so much. Ugh, I love those movies. But yeah, no, like there's Aunt May and they don't bring it up, but she's like, I found someone. And then us as the audience, like, just say you found like I don't know. It was so dumb. It was just weird. One thing I do kind of like about this movie is that like whenever they're driving the ambulance around, it's kind of sick. Like it's kind of
I
good.
would love to drive an ambulance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get
Like
that
it,
shit wagon.
yeah, no, it's fun. Like I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm not saying I ever drove one, but like it's fun to drive a big vehicle. And it's really well shot too. I'm giving the movie that a little bit. Cassie also gets flipped off by a random person. That comes back later, don't worry.
Random.
Random. Ooh. It's like you kind of notice things. It's kind of like a web, you know? Like there's like so many shots in this film where they're showing broken windows. And I'm like, I get it. It's a web. But then other times it'd be like a piece of cloth that has squares in it and they're showing it through it. It's like it doesn't look like a web, but I know what you're trying to do. It's weird.
Yeah, the web imagery
Isn't good, but it's not
was
good.
lacking.
It
Like
was, yeah.
it was a bit ham-fisted. Like
Like,
you were just being like webs everywhere. Webs,
yeah.
everything's connected.
Yeah.
Everything's connected.
The
And you're
amount
like,
the amount of
what?
almost broken windows in this movie is not funny. I can count five easy. There's probably more. But yeah. Anyways, they're sending more people. They're going into a car that's tipped over a bridge, and I feel like they could have done it much better. They could have had they need to have people like there to support it. Like I wouldn't have someone crawl inside a bridge that's falling. Cassie went in.
No, no. Paramedics just wouldn't do that.
They
That's
wouldn't
not
do
their
that. No,
job.
no.
They'd
Like
wait for the fire department to lift that fucking the car out.
yeah,
Um,
there be there to comfort
like
the
if that car was
person.
fully stuck,
Yeah,
yeah, they'd probably come in and like cut the seatbelt and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you can come out." Um,
yeah.
but they wouldn't
As
go in the fucking
no,
car.
as someone who I taught first aid classes, and the one thing I'm like, main thing, like big thing here, you're the rescuer. You need to keep yourself safe. You do not put yourself in danger. That's what Cassie
Yeah.
did.
If
I
you
she's a
can't
bad
save
paramedic.
people,
Yeah,
no one's gonna be saved.
yeah. You
Like if you, the saver,
mhm.
are dead,
Then
you cannot then help more people.
yeah, there is like a ladder approach that I was taught. I don't know if this thing other places, but it's like most dangerous, like most easiest thing. Hey, are you okay? Most dangerous, going towards the person, grabbing onto the person themselves and
Yeah, like
dragging them around.
drowning,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Uh, like spinal injuries, internal injuries, moving the person, grabbing them is probably the worst fucking thing you can
yeah,
do. Though if you're like, I totally get, like, you couldn't really not help the person when they're
yeah.
stuck in a car on the thing. Like, you have to get them
You
out.
have to get them out, but like, wait till there's someone else there holding the car down or
Literally wait for the
something.
fire truck.
Yeah,
Just get that
it's
winch going.
it's insane to think like if she wasn't Madam Web, she would have fucking died.
She did
She
die.
did die. Wait, yeah, yeah, yeah. She did die. She went down into the water. Ben, I'm assuming, jumped off the bridge to save her.
Yeah.
That's the
Huh?
only that's the quickest way to
Yeah.
get. Yeah, he would also.
Huh?
It wouldn't work because you
What?
should not.
No, he rode down on top of the car like like literal
Yeah,
Spider-Man. Like he was
yeah,
like,
yeah. Anyways,
yeah, yeah, because
yeah.
somehow he takes her out of the water,
Out of the
but
car.
also out of the car and out of the water onto the bridge. But we're also shown where she is,
Elevated.
where like where the water is. This is
Yeah,
where the water is, and this is where Ben takes her.
yeah,
So he's lifted a whole human being up like 10
Yeah.
feet of
Yeah.
solid concrete, like
Yeah.
no handholds. I don't see a handhold anywhere. I
Mhm.
don't remember him climbing up on like a ladder.
It literally cuts to her wake. Well, after the little web thing, we saw the fucking bird. Yeah, yeah. It cuts to her waking up, and Ben's like, "Welcome back to the land of the living," and she's like, "Ah," and then this is Madam
They're like
Web's.
30 feet above
It's
the water.
insane.
Like, how
No,
the fuck did we get there?
no. Oh my gosh.
Like,
Okay.
Ben, this whole time,
Yeah,
is
yeah, no.
actually Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, literally pulls her out of the water, and then they go to like make sure she's okay because she fucking died. And she's like, I'm not going to hospital, which you're in life, you should know if you get water in your body, go.
Yeah, if you die,
You die.
usually
Yeah.
go to the hospital.
Usually people will be, usually if you say no, there should be people holding you. They should be people
No, Ben
forcing
should have
you.
been like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
You're gonna be forced into the ambulance because you died. I
You
don't
died.
think
Being unconscious for like more than a minute is
it's not. Yep.
incredibly bad for you.
Yeah. And
Like,
you,
like anything more than a minute, you can get like permanent damage to your
yep.
brain, nerve damage, muscular shit, anything. Your brain just shuts down for like a minute, you're fucked. Not all the time, but it's not a good thing. You
Mhm.
need to get checked out.
Mm. Yeah, no. And she's kind of her powers start to happen. So again, what Ben's point of view is basically it's like she's talking about like you already talked about this, which is just signs of like you have brain damage. Like Ben should be like, I'm driving you to hospital. I don't care, but she goes home because she wants to watch Idol. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, no.
No, and then she's there and then they're calling her I think what was it from? Oh no, they're calling her after that's a different part.
Yeah, she goes to a baby
She goes
shower.
home. She goes to
Goes
the
to the
baby
baby
shower.
shower.
Then they
Fucking
get
great. Great
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
She's because everyone's opening these like things about their mom, and hers is blank, and she's like, "My mom died in childbirth." When
Yeah,
her
just trauma
friend,
dumps.
when her friend is pregnant with Peter
Yeah.
Parker.
Oh, and the best thing, you
Mm,
think the whole scene is gonna be like, oh, she's gonna reveal the name. We're gonna cut back in time, and then she's gonna guess the name before she even says it, and then everyone's gonna be like, they don't even say his fucking name.
yeah, no, but they
Like
did
the
say,
game they play
yeah,
means nothing.
they did say that he's jumping. It's Peter Parker. Peter Parker jumps. He's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, spider womb.
Yeah. Also, she meets like she has a conversation with one guy at the barbecue, and it's kind of just weird. But yeah, anyways, there's a big fire that happens,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, and that guy dies because you just met him, and then he dies again, and then he dies because an ambulance hits him, and as she's doing CPR, all the CPR in this movie is not great. It's bad. It's really bad. She's doing CPR. You hear her say, she's like, she says kneel once, and then you hear as she's doing CPR, kneel, and it's hilarious. It is,
It is. It the whole that whole scene um well, just kind of sucked.
yeah.
Um, her like trying to prevent the future from happening. Like I get what they were going for, and it's like like you can't always change what you
Hmm.
see.
Hmm.
Things are set in stone
Yeah.
sometimes. You can't always help everything.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. But also she totally could have.
Yeah.
Um, like clock the guy in the mouth.
Yeah.
Uh, take his car keys.
Trip him.
Um, trip him. Literally,
Yeah.
there's so many extra steps that she, though to be fair, she doesn't really know if she's actually seeing the future by this
Yeah.
point.
Because she has brain damage.
Yeah. Straight up, like but also if I've seen, like, if I would have clued in to
Hmm.
me seeing the future, like I'm seeing the future, like I would have been clued in like after the second time it happened. I would have been like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I can see like 3 seconds into the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I
Which isn't
like,
that much.
No, no, but like
It's kind of just
it's
like, oh,
very manageable. Like I can
yeah,
definitely like I would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm seeing 3 seconds into the
yeah,
future. I get what's happening."
yeah.
Um I'm also just autistic, so maybe that would just be I'd be like, "Oh, I have a superpower. Dope."
See, me too.
Um but
Low
maybe
key,
normal people would be like, "I'm going insane." I'd be like, "Superpower."
low key, I have dreams, and when I was younger, I used to have dreams, and then those then those
Yeah.
dreams happen in real life, and I'm like, hmm,
You're an oracle. You're
what if
Madam Web. You're
I'm Madam
uh
Web?
Mi- Miss
No,
Monsieur Web.
Mr. Web. Oh, yeah, yeah. Make that movie, Sony. But yeah, her friend dies, and then she's like,
Oh yeah.
she goes to the like little, she goes sees someone, she's getting her eyes checked out, and they're like, watch classical movies, and she's watching the night,
The
no,
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol in like the summer. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyways,
yeah. Okay.
and she's
Yeah,
literally
she's
like,
she's she's only watching Screw, like the
yeah,
Christmas Carol, and obviously anytime there's a movie
it's black. Yeah,
or like a classroom scene or a newscast on in a movie, fucking pay attention
yeah,
because every writer thinks they're the coolest fucking person in the world because they're like, I'm gonna tell the audience without telling the
yeah.
audience. Um,
But in this movie, she's literally like, I'm afraid you can't always tell this. She says something like, you can't always
so
tell.
blatant,
And it's
so
like, we
blatant.
get it. We get it. You have powers, okay?
Yeah,
And then if they were to cut, they should cut a lot of this movie, but if they were to cut anything, I would cut the fucking pigeon scene. This is her like actually realizing like, I might be a superhero. I might have abilities. Anyways, she goes to fucking, this bird hits the window. It's
hold
edited
on,
so weirdly.
hold on.
Yeah.
Is the pigeon that she sees at the very start, like of her powers, the callback? Like she sees this moment of her realizing her powers. That's so dumb.
When she's in the water, there's a pigeon that flies over her head.
Yeah, except in the water, it doesn't. It looks nothing like what happens in the movie.
It Again, I
Like
watched
she
this
hits
movie.
but she's
Yeah.
never like staring at the pigeon.
No, I watched this movie 3 times and I wondered what the fuck was up that bird. And I'm like, there's no other bird in this movie. And then I'm like, it's the fucking pigeon. The pigeon hits the window and then you get cracks in the window like a web. Um, and yeah, she's like, I don't think she's talking to herself. I don't think this will make a difference. She opens the window and the fucking pigeon makes an effort to fly past her and land. And then she's like, I'm a superhero. I'm a
Yeah.
superhero. Whoa. And then, yeah, she's kind of just depressed in her house now. And Ben's like, hey, Cassie, our friend died. You should come to the funeral. You should come
Yeah,
to the
yeah, like
funeral.
his well, you it's our friend, his wife is asking for you.
Yeah, and she should go to the funeral. I thought she didn't, but what I think happened, she was on the train and the train was going to take her there.
I think so too.
I think that's what the
I
thing
think she
was.
finally wised up and was like, I gotta do
I
this.
got it. Yeah, after she realized she's a superhero, she's on this train, and then she gets little vision. There's 3 people. The train scene is amazing, and there's 3 people like background characters on the train, and they're all talking to her or saying something to her, and they're all great, and I love them. They're all great. They're all great actors. I wish all of them the best, and I want them to go forward, succeed, do it. One person's playing
Yeah.
a PSP, which didn't come out till 2005. So, which, yeah, no, that makes sense because I thought this, like
Yeah, she
2000,
spent a whole year in her apartment.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's your theory, not mine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No,
yeah,
no. No, that's just
yeah.
shit.
There's a
Yeah.
guy who's like, is this the right train in the vision, right? And he comes back later as they get on another train, and he's like, is this the right train? And Cassie looked over, she's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, that's when I fell in love with this character. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. But yeah, basically she meets these three girls. I'm calling them girls. I don't really care that much about.
They're
They're all,
teenagers.
they're just, yeah. The only one
I mean, they're all grown women
they're all
playing
grown. Yeah,
teenagers, but I
yeah,
mean, like, they're teenagers for the
yeah.
sake of it.
They have Sydney Sweetie dressed up in a schoolgirl outfit, which makes me uncomfortable because I'm like,
A little bit, yeah.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
really like it that much. She
yeah.
is hot,
She is
but
hot.
I'm watching it. Sorry, little tangent. I'm watching a show right now called Landman, and they have a 28-year-old playing a 17-year-old who's overly sexualized the entire time, and it's fucking bothersome.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, they're on a train and they're trying to escape this guy who's trying to kill them for a very dumb reason. And I like
Yeah, it's literally the plot of Minority Report.
every scene with him in it. What the movie got boring for me. I don't know about you, but I was like him and
Dude. Yeah.
there's a girl like every scene because I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do and I don't really care. But like he's trying to kill these girls because he has visions. He's a superhero. Vision in the future, but these girls killing him. So he's using technology from I don't know, so they call it CIA or something.
NSA. The NSA.
NSA, NSA,
It's
okay.
the National Security
Yeah.
Agency. It's the thing Edward Snowden.
Mm,
So this is that's what they're referencing. Is
mm,
like this is the beginning of the technology that like Edward Snowden whistleblowed later in
mm.
like what's it called? Real life. He
No.
literally was like, "Hey, they're watching everything you do.
Mm,
Um, like if you Google something wrong, they would know shit like that."
mm.
Um, it was true.
Yeah. So this is
Uh,
accurate. That's what you're saying. Did it come out?
well, no, it's a bit sci-fi in the movie, but
Right.
like the level of surveillance that the NSA was operating at was pretty intense.
Okay. But it was just boring. Oh,
Oh yeah, no, it sucked.
it actually sucked so much. And I was just kind of like, can we not?
He was the most boring villain ever. And not
Yep.
only that, then he shows up in his suit. He has the suit,
Hmm.
and it makes no sense. Why would you have a spider suit?
Yeah, no.
You're not like you don't have a frame of reference for like a Spider-Man.
Hmm.
You have the eyes. You know, like you don't care about like the natives in Peru, so like you're not trying to pay homage to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Uh, you don't need like this elaborate suit to hide your identity. Like you can just get a mask
Yeah.
or like um just don't
Yeah.
do crazy shit in public.
Yeah. He's also
Um
rich, and they don't really go into a lot of detail about
no.
that.
I think he's rich because of the powers, but they don't really go into that
Yeah,
because
no.
he's only rich after he gets the powers. So I
Yeah.
mean like correlation causation kind of thing. But like
Mm,
I guess.
mm.
And then he just murders an NSA agent as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
straight up
Yeah.
murders her.
Yeah.
Um,
And then, yeah,
Also, her body would have been covered in his DNA. They just fucked.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
Like,
And yeah,
if they
because
found the body,
they have it. Yeah.
he's going to prison immediately.
Yeah. Because,
I mean, good luck catching him. But I mean,
yeah.
like, still.
Yeah. And then they get like, he gets a girl to just, her job is to be the person in the chair with these very thin monitors that I guess he has money for.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, very
bro,
sci-fi for 2003.
yeah. Because, bro, when I tell you monitors 10 years ago, no, 20 years ago did not look like that. They were big.
Even the most high-tech ones were about the standard for what we have now.
Yeah. So he
If
must
that
have a
makes
like,
sense.
and also you don't need 10 monitors to look at a city. I guess it's helpful, but you don't need it.
Yeah, if you're monitoring like a ton of CCTV footage, but you're not going to be able to like move through more than one at a time.
Yeah.
Like if to change like the camera,
Yeah.
unless you can like split your brain in two and
Which you,
work both
yeah.
hands differently.
Maybe maybe she's a superhero.
I fucking hope not.
But yeah, basically his thing is like these girls killed me with their superhero powers, and the only time
That
we
they
see them,
don't have yet.
uh, the only time we see Spider-Man in this Spider-Man movie, Spider-Woman movie, is at this point, and it looks okay. The fucking one
Do we?
girl, yeah, that's we see it at when he's having his nightmare, and then we see it again at the end.
We see Spider-Man or like Spider-Woman?
There's
Like
Spider-Woman. There's
Spider-Women.
all three of them are
Oh,
Spider-Woman.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
when he's
yeah, yeah.
having his vision.
I thought you
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
like we saw like Peter Parker.
No,
Okay,
we never
okay.
see Peter Parker.
Yeah, no, no, no. He's not mentioned. He's
Mhm.
not. He's literally teased. Like they're tickling
They're
the
tickling
Peter
they're
sack.
tickling our webs. They're touching our
Yeah,
webs.
my web
Uh,
sack.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're just like,
I can chew webs.
yeah. They're like, Peter Parker, he's here. Well, he is here because his uncle is Ben Parker, and he is a
Yeah.
character in this movie. So that's
Yep.
how we know. Yeah, I am very curious, and I don't think I'll ever be able to look into it. Like the copyright for all the Spider-Man things,
Hmm.
like why we can't just say with great power
Oh,
comes great responsibility. Why can we not say Aunt May?
oh, I hate the
Yeah,
fucking. What was the rewrite? What was the rewrite?
I have it on audio. You want
You
to
have
hear
to
it?
have that. You have to have it.
I have it. I have myself saying it to you. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Okay, here we go. And when you take on the responsibility, great power will come. It's so dumb. It's
It's
so
so
dumb.
stupid. It's
Yeah.
so dumb.
Oh,
Like, how can you butcher one of the best quotes?
yeah. And it's like, why can't I just say it? You know? Like, what's gonna happen? Is there an issue?
I don't
No.
know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh,
I wanna see, that's why I wanna look
they should
into
go with
it.
the OG quote
Yeah, they
because they're
should.
like
Every
they're like
time.
there's the one everyone knows,
Yeah. And
and then
then
in the original, the
mhm,
very original, they add one more word that kind
mm,
of changes the whole meaning of the thing. It's with great power must also come great responsibility. So it's
mm.
a choice. It is a choice. When you have power, you must be responsible
Yeah.
because you have to, instead of like, oh, once I have my power, obviously I'll become a responsible person.
Yeah.
No, it's
You
like you're telling the person you have to
have to
choose.
do it because you have the
Every
power to,
single
yeah.
time you choose to do something, you have to choose to be responsible,
Yeah.
versus just like, yeah, I'm the responsible guy now.
Yeah.
No, no. Every choice you make, you have to be responsible about it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's why I argue. I got into a, not heated, but kind of like an argument about someone saying like, if Spider-Man was in this world, he wouldn't do. I don't think because he said like Spider-Man wouldn't be a good person if he was real, and I'm like, it's not. If a random person got it, but like it's
Fuck
everything
you.
that happens
Yeah.
to
If
him.
Peter Parker
Mm,
will never not be Spider-Man.
yeah.
Parker, depowered,
Mm,
consistently puts himself in the line of danger to save people.
yeah.
So even without powers, Peter Parker is that guy. There was a moment, I can't remember what fucking, oh, it was one
Spider-Man 2.
like, global, no, no,
Spider-Man
no,
2. No,
comic,
might be.
comic, comic, comic,
Might
comic.
be.
Um, there's a moment where the entirety of Manhattan is being flooded. It is completely and utterly hopeless. Everyone is dying, and the only one left saving people in Manhattan and all of New York is Spider-Man.
Mm,
He is swinging through the city with people on his back, like strapped to him with webs
mhm,
and shit.
mhm.
Like he's carrying people, swinging through the city, like gliding against the water that is rising rapidly
Yeah.
throughout the city. And he is like risking his life
Mm,
to save random civilians
yeah.
that he's never seen before.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a hero.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no. Oh, oh, you know what's fucking dumb? The fact that they had computer technology in 2003 to make the people look younger. Like the images in his mind, which somehow he put on a computer, which we're not at that point. Like I can't, we have AI and I can't describe a face and get it to look exactly how I imagine it. In this movie, they do though, and then also in the movie, they make them look younger. And by younger, I mean they take away their masks because they are adults, you know?
Sorry, it
Um,
was the ultimatum
yeah,
series, just for everyone.
yeah, yeah. It's just dumb. But shout out, the one thing that came out of this movie is that Sydney Sweeney was able to make a rom-com and kind of became a household name. So thank you, Madam Web.
Well, yeah, that and Euphoria.
Well, yeah, Euphoria too. Euphoria for sure helped. But she was able to get money from this movie to make a movie.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't really like much of the acting in this movie,
oh, it was
especially
all bad.
amongst the teenage girls.
Yeah.
Even Sydney Sweeney, I don't think her heart was in it,
No.
anyways.
Yeah.
I liked No Hard Feelings a lot. Also, she's hot, blah 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 blah. But that actually had
Yeah.
nothing to do. I think she actually was genuinely a very strong
Hmm.
presence on screen in that
Hmm.
movie. Compared to this one, where she just felt a little flat. But everyone fell flat, so it's
Yeah.
not really a fault of her.
Yeah.
It's a fault of production, writing, set design,
Directing.
costume design, directing. Oh,
Hmm.
very much directing.
Very much directing. Yeah.
Also,
Nine time. Yeah.
sorry, just to be very clear, when you see a script has four people on it, usually it sucks.
Yeah.
Just in general. It's a
Yeah.
general rule. If there's four distinct names on a script,
Yeah.
um, it sucks.
It's
It's
hard
gonna suck.
to it's hard to make four main characters. Three is doable, you
Yeah,
know?
you can't give them all the same amount of care and
Yeah.
attention. But I also mean the ones who wrote the script. There's four names who
Yeah.
wrote the
Oh
script.
shit, might be, might
If you have
be. Yeah.
four people who write
Yes, yeah, no.
on one script, and it's just never gonna look all there's four people's directions,
Hmm. Hmm.
ideas, preconceptions going into it.
Hmm.
Um,
It's not,
literally
yeah.
maximum three, and
Yeah.
that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of just like that's how they're able to find people. That's how they found the girls, and that's how they're going to be able to find the girls because they de-aged them using
oh my God.
something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyways,
yeah. So he was able to he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I could ever recognize them in real life." And then he incredibly in vivid detail recreates their faces and
hmm.
then, as you say, technologically de-ages them.
Yeah.
So he just lied
Yeah. The
when
poss
he said he
like
couldn't remember what they looked like.
if I have like an image of a random person from my dreams, I'm not gonna like, and I get it. It happens all the time. They made a
No,
big
I'm just gonna
deal.
be like blonde.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if I had like a vague memory of Sydney Sweeney, I'd be like
Blonde.
blonde, huge boobs,
It's huge boobs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
huge boobs.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um, she had like a black and white thing on.
Yeah. Hmm. Her
Uh,
webs were fucking awful
yeah, they were
too.
like lightning, and they weren't webs. They were like light beams that she
Hmm.
like shot out that looked like webs.
Yeah. So I'm
Huh?
like, what the? I want to know. Again, I want to know how they got
God.
their fucking powers. They're not gonna go into it. They're never gonna
No,
go
no,
into
no,
it.
no, no. They never. That's the thing. They're like, okay, this spider gives people powers.
Yeah.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
Dope. You think that's gonna come back somehow. Like you're like, okay,
You
this
think like,
spider's gonna give them their powers, and they're gonna
yeah.
be like they're gonna fight Ezekiel in the end.
Yeah.
And like that's how I saw it. I was like, oh, she goes to Peru.
Hmm.
She goes to Peru in the movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, nothing of importance happens up until that point, really.
No. Yeah.
They have a couple squirrel quarrels
Like
with
things happen,
Ezekiel.
and I might want to get
There's
into
a
it.
the toxic scene.
Yeah. Yeah. But like another thing they could have done is like the fucking like his spider that they made a big deal about. I thought like maybe like somehow it got out, and the spider sees these girls and they're just screaming to help Cassie, and the spider's like, "I'll help you." They could do something like that. Like that's fucking
Yeah.
easy. I came up with
I
that.
thought
I
when she
came
went
up
to
with this
Peru,
on the
yeah,
spot.
continue.
You know, like that's not hard.
Yeah, when I thought she went to Peru and she'd go through that like spirit journey or whatever, she'd be like, I need to power them up
Now,
now
yeah,
so that like in the future, if
they
we
can,
don't win now, they'll be able to beat them.
yeah,
Um, and she doesn't bring a spider. She doesn't
nope,
do anything.
nope,
She just learns that her mom didn't hate her,
yeah,
is
and that's great.
essentially the case.
Yeah. But yeah, no. They they call the guy like they call what's his name again in the movie? The
Ezekiel.
fuck Ezekiel? Ezekiel?
Ezekiel.
They call him Ceiling Guy, and that's what I'm gonna call him. And they keep calling him that. They're trying to get away from Ceiling Guy, and Ceiling Guy fucks up the police. He
Straight
tosses them
murders him.
around. Um, that's kind
Straight
of
up murders him
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, they hop in a
in broad
taxi.
daylight.
Exactly. And like no one saw it because they hop in a taxi, which they stole. Hero, Madam Web.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Anyways, and they're listening to like the news, and they're like, "Oh, Cassie stole all these girls. They're
Yeah.
gone." Like,
One 30-year-old woman managed to
mhm,
kidnap three
three, yeah,
17-year-old teenagers,
yeah.
and no one thought that was weird.
And
No
also,
one was
okay,
like, how?
yeah, and also like Cassie's getting mad at the girls. It's like it's because you, Sydney Sweetie, said I was adopting you. Those cops are dead. They were tossed around by the guy, you know? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if anyone else was there, they would have seen them
seeing,
get
yeah,
murdered.
yeah,
So if anyone else heard her say, "Don't abduct me," they would have also seen
yeah,
the murdering.
yeah, and yeah, it's a subway train kind of
And
thing.
no
People were
one
always
fu-
there.
no
People were
one no
always
one
there.
suspected. They were like, they killed two cops, snapped their necks.
Yeah,
This 30-year-old white woman did it.
yeah, yeah. It's like no, I
Huh?
also like I also like I kind of fucking love how like Cassie no yeah, Madam Web does not want to be here taking care of these kids. She has to, and she makes that fucking clear. And I'm kind of like, you know what? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not your babysitter.
She's not, but she has to take care of them. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. And also she's like, okay, guys, you can leave because they're all being annoying. And she's like, I am fucking
Oh
saving your
my God,
life.
I'd kill all of them.
And
I
she's
I'd
like,
be like, I'll turn this thing around. I'll do it.
I'll go. Yeah. Anyways, she fucking stops the car, and then she's like, actually, I kind of did adopt, like, I kind of did take you away. I'm like, that's true. That's true. She
To be fair,
did.
but like, what else?
Yeah, there's nothing she can do. And
There's no
also,
other option.
yeah, all her, anyways, all the kids have problems too. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of is, but anyways. They go to a forest, and Madam Web's like, I'm going to drop you off here. And then she leaves. And the kids are like, I don't know their ages. They're supposed to be teenagers. They could pull off
Like
17.
17, 16, 17,
That's
last year of
it.
high school,
I don't
I
think
think.
I think they want us to think that they're 14 or something, but no. Because one girl has a teddy bear. It's like, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a girl. Maybe a girl takes teddy bears with them. I don't know though.
Well, which one was it?
It was Sydney Sweetie.
Yeah,
Teddy bear.
she's like horribly like emotionally like
Stunted.
neglected.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She also knows how to fight. She says it for some because her parents are going through a divorce.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, my parents divorced and I was sad and I got bullied at school, so I learned how to fight back. And
Yeah,
then I don't remember it actually like really being important.
yeah. She doesn't really do anything really. I think
I
he
think at the
punches.
very, very end of the
She does
movie, she
something
does
that's not.
something,
Mm.
but it's also funny because she's practiced Taekwondo, which like really focuses on kicking and like legs.
And she goes like,
And I think she punches someone
yeah,
at the
yeah,
end of the
yeah.
movie, which is like yeah, you learn to punch in Taekwondo, but like
But
that's not really what you're good at,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, and yeah, talks. Yeah, they go to a diner. Britney Spears Toxics plays right now, and it's kind of just like, hmm.
Oh yeah, they fucking run away. Like straight
They
up like
yeah,
she tells them stay fucking here. Like do not leave until I get back. Like your lives are in danger. I don't know how to fix this. Please don't fuck with our plans.
mhm,
And you know what they do? They
fucking leave.
immediately leave and go to a populated area. Like,
No.
I'd kind of understand if they were like, oh, let's just walk around the forest a bit. Sure. Go find like a babbling brook. Go find a
Hmm.
waterfall. Find something to fun in the forest. They go
Talk.
to a
Yeah.
diner
They go to a
right
diner.
away.
Yeah. Toxic was released in January 19th, 2004. So a whole. So your theory about it being a year is probably true. I just checked now. But yeah, no, they fucking go to.
She, her coworker died, and she stayed in her
She
apartment
stays in
for
her
a
apartment
year.
for a year. Yeah, they go to this little cafe, and I understand if you're hungry, eat, but fucking low profile. There's this one
Right.
girl I don't know the actress's name, but it's not Sydney Sweetie and it's not the smart girl. It's the one who's rich. She's kind of
Yeah,
fucking
it's
dumb.
the black skateboarder.
Yeah, she's kind of fucking the one who flips. Oh, they also talk about how they're all connected, and they're like Cassie's kind of
It's so stupid.
it's
They all
so
just
dumb.
like passingly know each other. It's
Yeah,
fucking New York.
it's yeah, no, like how I
Like,
love how
you know how many times I went to New York
mhm,
for like a week.
yeah,
I saw the same people like 3 or 4 times
yeah, no,
just in the area I stayed.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I'd meet the same people over and over again.
yeah, because you live in
The
the yeah,
city is like 4 fucking feet wide.
yeah.
Uh,
And I also feel like because one of the people live in her building. Also, Cassie doesn't throw out her junk mail. I love how they're all passionately like aggressive towards her. Sydney Sweet's like, yeah, you're kind of fucking weird with my brother, and then the other one's like, yeah, you kind of leave your junk mail.
you just like make it everyone else's problem.
Yeah, I feel like if you live in the same building, I don't know, I haven't lived in an apartment building, but I
Oh,
feel
you
like
should have.
you would know or kind of be like, do we know each other? You know? And then the other person's like, I don't know you. And Sydney Sweet, and
Oh,
then like,
dude, no. In New York, if you're in the fucking halls, you like give each other a nod.
yeah,
But like,
yeah. Like, it would be like, oh, we kind of know each other like that. But I understand that everyone knows it's kind of
but
weird.
she also lives up on the top
Mhm.
floor,
So she walks
and
by.
little
I don't know what her name
the
is. The
Mexican
third.
one,
Yeah, yeah.
fucking the smart Mexican
Hmm.
or something. I don't know
Hmm.
what she's from.
No, we don't know. They don't say.
Latina.
Latina, there we go.
Oh, Latinx. I'm just kidding. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, basically, it's kind of like all of them like, and then the black skateboarder one's like, I don't know you, and Cassie's like, actually, you flipped me off.
actually, you flip me off.
Which like the amount of people
Also,
who,
I don't remember. She saw the back of her head.
yeah, she did. Well, it was kind
Well,
of like
she
she's
recognized her from the
no, she stopped in front of the ambulance, which is
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah,
so dumb.
yeah.
Ambulance have the fucking right away. I'm surprised she didn't get hit. She should be thinking. Cassie should be more pissed. Like I fucking saved your life. But yeah, she flipped
Yeah,
him
I
off
almost
and
killed you.
yeah, she flipped him off and stuff. Like it was funny. It was kind of funny. Anyways, Cassie leaves them for 3 hours, and they're hungry. They will be hungry, so they go to a
To be
cafe.
fair,
And
she did leave way too long.
yeah, I feel like I don't know where they were, but I feel like you grab your shit and go. You know?
Literally, like she should have been like. Oh, but it's also when you get to forests in New York, you're already like an hour,
Hmm.
2 hours out of the city.
Yeah.
Um, so like 2 hour, yeah, I guess. Like just
It
getting
makes
back into the city to
yeah
grab your shit would have taken you like an hour
an
and a
hour.
half.
Yeah, but she has time to see if she can grip onto a wall. She could. You know,
Okay, that scene was actually kind of funny.
it was
I
funny.
kind of enjoyed it.
It got me.
Like she does the
How do you know that you can climb a wall if you never
unless if you've never tried. And it is
me?
she does the Toby Maguire stance,
Yeah,
like about to get up on the wall. Well, like
yeah,
normal Spider-Man, but like the Toby Maguire angle. Um,
and just go.
and then she just drags her way down.
And the
That
fucking
was a good
yeah,
gag. That
and the
was a
cat
good
was
gag.
there. Just like we're not talking about it.
Meow.
I giggled. I giggled. I'll give you that. You were funny. Anyways, she had time to do that. Then she grabs her shit, and her powers are so fucking confusing. I don't. I watched this movie again 3 times, and I still don't fucking understand them.
No,
Like
they don't explain it.
they
Like
don't.
for the amount of
Mhm.
like stupidly blatant exposition they do in the
They
movie,
don't,
they explain nothing.
because the way her powers work is that, again, we have a conversation or something dramatic happens, and then then she goes into her past self. So she is astro projecting herself into the future.
She can see the future, like a certain amount of time
Mhm.
ahead until she
But
learns to
like,
control it, and then she can actually like move herself along the threads of fate or
yeah,
whatever
but
you want to call it.
in this time, I guess it's like a timeline that she just go into. She dies because a fucking ceiling man comes in and kills her.
Yeah.
And then she flashes back, and then she hops in her car and she fucking hits the dude, and then they leave.
hmm No,
And that's the
she's
scene. And then they all Cassie brings them back into the city. She goes to hang out with Ben Parker, you know? Yeah.
no, you're right. Like she dies and then goes back in time.
So it
So was
is
she
like,
ever like I assume that everything we saw up until that point was just a vision
yeah,
and not like her rewinding time.
but
It was just like,
it's just
but then
confusing
she
because
says,
she's,
"Oh, let's try that again." She
yeah,
says that
yeah,
aloud like she actually experienced all that,
yeah,
which is weird instead of her going like, "Oh, I got him with the car."
yeah. Or
Which is
not, or don't
I would have,
walk, or don't walk. If you have a car, drive around.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, it's her powers don't make sense. Again, or later in the movie, she gets visions of like things hitting people, and she says duck. That makes more sense than what happens when she gets killed in the diner.
Yeah, no, that seemed that was a bit like they didn't really know like I liked the idea of it of
Mm,
like going through kind of like Groundhog Day of like
yeah,
you go in, you fail, you get another chance at doing it
yeah.
again. I like that. That's actually one of my like one of my favorite what am I calling anime
Power. Yeah,
has
yeah,
is that's like the whole conceit of it.
yeah.
He's like a little nerd, but his only power is
Is
that
able.
if he dies, he wakes back up at the start of the day.
Yeah, it reminds me of a game that I watched. I didn't play it. Life is Strange. She has the power to go
Yes.
back in time, sees what happened, and she can fix it. But it just doesn't make sense because she's not, because time happens still when she gets back in her body. Has time kept
Yes.
going and she's standing
Exactly.
there? It's kind of like, that's kind of,
Like, is she projecting,
or
or did she actually experience that and then was
mhm.
junted back in time
I guess
to
she,
her old body?
I guess she did though when she got killed because her hands were on her gut, right? It's confusing as all get
Yeah,
like,
it's
it's
like
confusing.
her soul exists at all points in time,
Yeah,
at all congruency or
yeah,
whatever the fuck you want to call it.
yeah. She can
Um,
astral project into the
she can,
Spider-Verse,
she
into the
can, she
Spider-Verse, and she
can.
can go through time. That's how it works.
She can
She's,
astral project, but she only
yeah,
unlocks that ability after she goes to Peru and talks
yeah,
to
yeah.
the native who's now dressed in
Dressed,
a
fully dressed like me. Like
fully like a normal dude,
yeah. And like,
and he has
did
a
they,
fucking neck scarf.
yeah, did they fucking lose his costume? Because he was fully dressed at the start of the movie.
Yeah, in like dope
Yeah,
ass clothes.
yeah.
Like
Also, Cassie
actually, I'm gonna
leaves.
be honest, they suck.
Cassie
But
leaves all the girls with Ben for like a long time.
straight up, just bring them with you. Oh my
They
God,
can't.
these
They can't. They can't
why?
fucking, because one of the girl, the
Oh yeah,
Latina,
yeah,
is
yeah.
her dad got
She's illegal.
deported,
Yeah, she's illegal. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they also have like a discussion about like why they can't go to their parents, and
Yes,
it's
yes,
like
yes, yes. Yeah,
deported.
yeah, yeah.
It's insane. They should have just led with like, we can't.
Deported. My mom's in the
Mom's
fucking.
crazy.
My mom's literally gone batshit,
Yeah.
which is literally kind of like the plot of the Holdovers kid. His
Mm,
dad goes insane, his
mm.
mom goes insane, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
and then his new step family doesn't want anything to do with
yeah,
him.
yeah. Yeah.
It's actually
It's
pretty
kind of
congruent.
yeah,
Um, um, then there's the rich family who doesn't really give a shit,
yeah.
and then there's the poor illegal, but she's really intelligent.
She's a smart. Yeah,
All the other ones are dumb
They're
and
dumb. Yeah.
stupid.
Sydney
They're
Sweetie
stupid.
can fight, and she's dressed like a schoolgirl, which makes me so uncomfortable.
She's just like
Schoolgirl?
schoolgirl. Yeah.
It's like again, she's hot, and I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
And
But it's better than like having her boobs out the whole time.
yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
worked. Yeah, I feel like they should have just said like we're all gonna go to Peru, and
Live
um,
there. Hey,
they said
you know the mystical fucking magic people that
yeah,
like gave me powers and gave this other guy powers.
yeah,
We're gonna go live with them.
yeah, and like again,
Because yeah.
yeah, like he's gonna come back. Like it's so. And I mean, another thing they could have just done, they should just strike like the two girls who have problems with their family and be like, "Oh, my dad is supportive. If anything happens, I'm gonna," and then I don't know, have the two girls stay with the other one, the Latina or something. Like
Yeah,
it's
also
just,
there's the rich ass chick.
yeah,
She definitely has like a big enough house.
yeah, no, they're fine. It's just dumb. And the fact that she went to Peru and the guy shows up and he's like, "Oh, you're ready.
Do you trust me?
Do you trust me?" Like,
I don't think I have any choice.
yeah. And then she goes back in time. She's a superhero.
My mom.
Mama,
She didn't die in childbirth. She got shot in the stomach. But oh, she loves me. She loves
wait,
me. This whole time she wanted to
yeah.
do this. You
What
tried to get
was
the spider so that I wouldn't die of like myocardial infraction or
yeah,
whatever the
I
fuck.
don't have Mario Kart fractions. Like, no duh. Like, no shit.
Yeah. She's like,
Like, guy,
oh, the disease they just said? I don't have that disease.
yeah, like sometimes Shoto tell,
Literally, like just shut the fuck up.
stop talking. Your cat isn't there to talk to you anymore. You know? You were using your cat before. Now we just know you talk to yourself.
Now you're literally talking to the spirit of your mother.
And they hug. She has so many she's so powerful. Madam Web is the most powerful person. She astral projects and hugs her dead mom.
Yeah,
It's
power scalers
yeah.
fucking
We got
aware.
we got
She can hug her mom
we got
posthumously.
Spider-Man, Madam Web. She goes back in time and hugs her mom. She has bat power. Why does she not go back? Anyway, if
Yeah,
time
like
kill.
like like move the gun.
Yeah.
Like if she can go back in time and physically interact with the world,
Yeah.
she could
And
literally just be like, "What the hell?" and kill the guy.
yeah, no,
Like
choke him.
before he gets the superpowers to
Yeah.
not be able to be like murdered easy.
Yeah. It's
Like literally on the drive there, just swerve his car into a ditch.
yeah. Yeah. But anyways, she knows she has these abilities, and we get the line. 1 minute, let me find it. Let me find it. We get the line. Oh, we get this great line. The great power of great responsibility. More like where the fuck is it? I can't find it.
It's with if you take
And when you take on the responsibility, great
great power
power will
fall.
come.
What great
Which
power?
is
Power is coming.
like
Hmm.
cool, but also just not true.
Yeah, and she doesn't
Like the
need.
statement
Yeah,
is completely false. Like the whole idea of the great power comes with responsibility is like once you have power, you need to act responsibly.
yeah.
This is saying if you act responsibly, you will somehow be given power.
Power. Yeah, they didn't even need to do this because she's not fucking Spider-Man.
No, she has
Madam Web.
no cool powers.
Yeah,
I mean,
they even
seeing the
bring that.
future and shit's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
they
But
even
I
bring
mean,
that up.
it sucks.
They
Like,
even
let's
bring
be
that up. It's like I don't have the power to do all this because the spider gives the people the fucking spider. I'm surprised it's not more powerful people, like superhero people, spider
yeah,
people.
literally the whole tribe of native people, but only
Yeah,
one guy's still alive or
yeah,
something.
no, because like also the guy who took the spider's curse. I don't know. Anyways, they because she was bitten with it, she doesn't get the ability to climb on the wall. She has the ability to look into the future, which is another thing that the spider does.
Well, yeah, but she wasn't bitten. Her mom was
Mom was
bitten
bitten
as she
as
was
she was
giving
giving
birth.
birth, which I feel like
Like Blade,
Yeah.
got his half vampire powers. Well, at the start, he's like full
Mm,
vampire now. But I mean,
mm,
like at the start, he was like a half vampire. He was a daywalker
mm.
because his mom, while giving birth to him, got bitten by a vampire.
Right.
And then so he came out like a half vampire dude.
Yeah.
Um, so they literally just jacked that from Blade.
That's great.
Uh,
I believe I kind of looked into it. She's just a mutant that helps Spider-Man sometimes. So
she's not a mutant.
I think she has. Yeah, I think she is. You can Google it
She's
quickly.
an X. She's a fucking X gene. Are
I
you
believe
kidding?
so. I believe so. I
Web
might be completely wrong, but I believe that's the
mutant?
thing. Um,
Don't think she's a mutant, but that's okay.
if not, I don't know why she's blind. I mean, no, wait. She was born blind, I believe. Is
Oh
she?
my gosh, she is a fucking mutant. That's so stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, she was
They,
born with powers, but there's conflicting things. She was born with the powers, but it's unclear if she was a mutant, because
mm,
she is a mutant sometimes, and other times people are like,
no.
she isn't a mutant. She isn't. On the Marvel Wiki, the
Mm,
X-Men fandom wiki.
mm,
Shit. No, X-Men fans suck. So let's go
mm.
to the Marvel Wiki.
Yeah.
Um, physical characteristics: female, blah 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 blah. Origin: living style, human psychic.
Okay, so just a
Um,
psychic then. What the
she's
fuck?
not a mutant.
So
No.
it okay, so it's kind of cloudy though.
So okay, there's two definitions of mutant in
Okay,
the Marvel universe.
explain, explain.
There's those born with an X gene,
Yeah.
making them a mutant,
Okay. And
like
then Spider-Man?
as we assume. But there's also people born with powers
Mm,
via genetic mutation, but
mm.
they don't possess an X gene,
Okay.
um, making them sort of mutants,
But
but
not
they not classified as like they like wouldn't be included in the X-Men. Let's say
okay.
that.
Okay.
There's also
Yeah.
a third thing called a mutate,
Which is
meaning
like
they are given their powers later in life,
yeah.
like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man, his body has been changed down to the genetic level,
Yeah.
like a mutant's would be,
Yeah.
but he was not born with this power,
He was given it. Yeah.
hence mutate.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. So but like this isn't yeah, they gave an origin story to someone who's not that big of a deal
No,
at all.
absolutely not. And her powers are like kind of cool.
Hmm.
Um, she's also usually like a bit older in
Yeah.
the comics, but she can also look younger.
I
That's
feel
kind of her
like
whole thing. Is she's
they're
like time
yeah.
travel-y,
This is her
wishy-washy, fucky-wucky.
origin story, and she was born in the 70s. So like by the time they get to Peter Parker, she'll be
Yeah,
old.
she'll be like 50.
Yeah, so she'll be old. So it's like I go. Anyways, yeah, she goes back. Like she has a whole idea what her powers are. She goes back to New York, and
Yeah, and then she gets like some dope fucking power up somehow.
yeah, I think so. It doesn't really go into detail.
Like she can like astral project properly now.
Yeah, yeah, because she goes to see where Uncle Ben is. Well, soon to be Uncle Ben because the water broke. Uh, yeah, and then she looks into the future and she sees them all fucking die. Anyways, and also like, why take? I don't. I understand taking the kids because they're being hunted down by someone. It makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. I feel like I don't think Uncle Ben is the kind of person he wouldn't leave people there because of the chances of them being hurt. It makes sense why he took them with them. But why are these kids being so fucking rude? They're like the one girl, the black skater girl in the
Right?
front.
They're
She's like,
so rude.
if something happens, like shut up.
Also,
Uncle
it's
Ben is
America.
yeah,
How the fuck do they not all have guns?
yeah. Oh, it's New York.
Still,
True. I feel like
I
yeah.
could walk. I could
Uncle
find.
Ben would carry a Glock.
Oh, Uncle Ben would absolutely carry.
Yeah,
Uncle Ben,
but he would.
Uncle
Yeah,
Ben, nicest dude you ever met,
but
but
he.
will fuck you up.
Yeah,
But will fuck you
yeah,
up.
yeah. And again, I do think Adam Scott.
Actually,
He
depends on
wouldn't
the
fuck
Ben.
you up. He would like. He'll be like,
Depends on the
okay,
Ben.
you'll
I
be.
want him to be that kind of way.
Yeah, you would be
Doesn't mean
surprised
he is.
if this Uncle Ben pulled out a. You wouldn't be surprised if this Uncle Ben pulled out a gun
No,
at last
no.
minute. And again, it
Well,
makes sense. People were hating on the fact that they took the girls. I watched a review of someone talking about it, and they were hating on the fact that they took the girls. It makes sense because Uncle Ben fucking cares about them, even though they're all kind of dicks to him.
yeah, but I mean, not even that. Like,
Mhm.
oh, sorry, not that. I'm still on the gun thing.
Yeah,
You know you're being hunted? Go get a
get a
gun.
gun. It's easy. Go to another
Like,
state.
it doesn't matter if you own one. It doesn't matter, like,
Mhm.
blah, 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 blah. You are being hunted
By a guy who
down.
can fucking defy
Oh,
gravity.
yeah, he sticks to wall. Oh, that line at the beginning of the movie. Oh, what was it? When the ceiling guy,
Yeah,
and she was like, "Oh, the human foot doesn't have enough
shut the fuck up.
thermodynamic friction to sustain a human to defy gravity."
Yeah,
I'm kicking you out of the car.
yeah, no. And the other girl, like the only one who's not rude is Sydney Sweetie. She's kind of a pushover. She's like,
Oh,
"Sorry,
she's
Cassie.
so
Sorry. Like,
annoying.
can you just not?" And we get it. You're a pushover. But still, yeah, if someone's giving birth and you have to go with them because you're being hunted, shut the fuck up. Do
Shut
you
the fuck
think,
up. Be grateful.
do you think Uncle Ben wants to be in this situation? No. He is taking care of you because of his friend. And you guys are, not all of them, it's literally just the skater girl because she's rich and she gets away with everything. It's dumb. Anyways, Cassie is trying to find them and then she stole an ambulance. She
Yes.
stole an ambulance. Also, the car that she's been driving the whole time, she's still driving it, which is funny. It's beat up and shit. I think it's funny. But yeah, then she fucking stole an ambulance and she's like, sorry guys. Someone, like, they're picking someone up, right? Like,
Hey, yeah, definitely like they probably need that more than you.
yeah, like,
Definitely.
steal a
Um,
car or something.
I
But I
mean,
get
an
it.
ambulance would be a really useful
Thing to have.
car to have. Like you
Yeah.
slip that siren on, you can get out
hmm
fast,
hmm
right?
hmm
You also have all the medical equipment,
Yeah, which is
like
handy.
if you get
And she knows
injured.
how to, and she
Exactly.
knows how to do it. Yeah.
So honestly, kind of a dope pick, but also they were on a call, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you definitely probably murdered someone.
Yep. Or like couldn't just anyway. She's not a great person, but you know.
No, for
Anyway,
someone who can see the literal future, she doesn't have a lot of like common sense and
yeah,
foresight.
yeah. And a thing about her power is that like I think when she's seeing into the future, time is still happening where she's standing,
Yeah,
which is weird. But anyways,
because there's times where yeah, and then
yeah.
there's times where it's like dilated, where like she goes through like so much
hmm
and it's only been like a second in
hmm
normal time.
Yeah. It's
Um,
so confusing and just stuff.
it's
Anyways.
inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's purely there to support the plot.
Yeah.
There is no internal logic to
No.
it.
Anyways, yeah. She hops in that ambulance. They're able the bad guys turn off the lights. And then Ben Parker and their children, including baby Peter Parker, who's about to be born, are trapped in these cars in this little square. And then they're about to die. Then Madam Web crashes through a building and hits the bad guy again
With
in
another car.
with another car.
Don't
And I'm
forget,
like,
their
yeah,
best weapon I mean,
guns.
yeah.
But like you have a
Yeah.
car, you can hit him with a car.
You do have like 3 tons of aluminum and steel, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Ben goes with Ben goes to help deliver baby Peter Parker. Baby Peter Parker. And you know, because Spider-Man gets powers when Ben's alive. He'll be like, if something happened like this when you're about to be born. Ben like, and it's fucking weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, no,
Um,
if Ben like knew about Peter's powers
yeah.
in this continuity, he would have been like, "What the fuck?
Mhm.
You're like the
You're
same
like
guy who
ceiling
tried
guy,
to murder me. Yeah,
ceiling guy, ceiling
you
guy.
have the same powers as the guy who tried to murder me 20 years ago."
Yeah. 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 It's so
Well,
weird.
but he didn't have webs, did he?
No,
No.
he didn't. He was just able to
He
stick to the wall and shit
Same
and
thing with
jump.
Ezekiel in the comics. He doesn't
Yeah.
have webs either.
Well, like webs aren't. You have to make webs. Is he smart enough to make them?
No.
Unless you're Andrew Garfield, they come built in.
The Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, my B, they come built in, and that is kind of fucking weird. And he's lucky that he was
It's
able to get
gross.
like he was lucky he was able to get like a pouch that he was able to it's like hit
A
it.
pouch? Yeah, it's all the way through his arm.
Yeah, like also
There's a
like
tube that goes all the way through him,
the
and
reason
he
he does
makes
this
it
is
in like a
so
special organ.
the reason he does this is so he can
Hit the button.
hit. Yeah, there's no button on his. Imagine he just like high fives someone. Just
Yeah,
that
I think he's just like straining his wrist when he does that
that
so that he can
sucks.
shoot it out.
I feel like
Yeah.
arthritis or something. My fingers aren't long enough. I have small fucking hands.
Well, when you're a superpowered, flexible spider dude,
True. Yeah,
I
you can do a
think
lot.
you probably don't have to worry ever about arthritis.
Mm. That's why MJ loves him so much. He's flexible. Yeah.
He's got stamina.
Yeah, he does. They go. They go. Anyways, Madam Web gets them away from everything. They go. Let me repeat this. I'm going to say it twice. They go to a PepsiCo building, empty building filled with fireworks.
Fireworks
PepsiCo factory filled
filled
with
with
fireworks.
fireworks. That also, don't forget,
Mm,
was also very recently burnt to the ground.
yes, but this building doesn't look burnt. There's not like
Nope.
hardly
They were like, "Oh my God, the building that blew up, we're gonna fill it back up with explosives."
fireworks. Yeah, and we're gonna keep the PepsiCo logo lit. And
How
you
much
know
money do you
what?
think they got for that?
They got so much. And you know what? Yeah, Pepsi's like clapping their hands. You know, I don't mind product placement. I really do not care. I notice it, and it's kind of it's like, okay, yeah, make money. You need to make movies are fucking expensive. But holy shit, they already had a scene of her with a pop like a Pepsi can in her hand.
Yeah.
There's an S.
I, I'm yeah,
Mhm. There's an
yeah.
S that falls from the PepsiCo logo. You can see what you're gonna say
Pepe,
now.
Pepe,
Pepe,
Pepe.
Pepe, Pepe.
I my biggest pet peeve with product placement in movies is
Mhm.
cars.
Mm.
When there's like a car placement, you can tell because like all the cars in the movie, they're only using one brand,
Mhm.
and you're like, why are they
What?
all
Yeah, yeah,
fucking Hyundais?
yeah,
Like why? And why is he driving like this luxury class Hyundai
yeah,
when like he also probably could afford something better?
yeah.
So it's or my favorite one was in the Gotham TV show.
Have not seen that. But
That's
continue.
fine. He had like Bruce Wayne. He gets a car, a
Mhm.
black Mustang, right?
Yeah, Ford.
Predecessor to the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Bad.
Blackmobile, the Batmobile, the Blackmobile, the
They're making cars
Batmobile.
woke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Um, except it's so clearly, literally just like a small ad
yeah.
showing the features of the car when he turns it to silent mode. Mm,
Did a little light. My step grandma has a Mustang. Did a little light go on the ground with the Mustang logo. That's fucking sick.
mm.
When I saw yeah, fucking. My favorite is that when we saw Twisters, you got an ad for I think was it Ram? It might have been Ram or Chevy,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but you
yeah.
got an ad before the movie starts, and you're
Well, and
like,
it's
it makes sense too.
Glenn Powell voicing over the
Yeah, and
because
you're
they
like,
supplied all of the trucks for
yeah,
the movie.
and dude, when I saw that, I'm like, let's
That one,
fucking go.
that
That
one
was
didn't
good.
bother me as much
No,
because
yeah,
I mean, like, what other car are you gonna
yeah,
put in the Twister movie, right?
yeah,
But you give me like a superhero drama and then throw the Mustang ad in the middle of it.
yeah, yeah.
What the fuck? Or like, oh, it's a spy thriller. We're driving Hondas.
Yeah, you're not grabbing a Honda for no.
I mean, like, yeah, like Hondas are fine
Yeah,
cars,
they're
but
good. Yeah,
like,
for
why
a
is
spy.
everyone driving a
Yeah,
Honda?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, they're in this, and it doesn't. Gosh, I do love this movie though. The fact that they go into an empty, they go into a building full of fireworks with the PepsiCo logo still lit.
Yep,
It's
yep.
fucking
They
awesome.
didn't cut the power. They didn't cut the power to the building
Yeah, no, they
because
didn't take it down,
no
which
one thought
which
that the electrical fire that blew up the building would be caused by another surge of electricity.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why would that happen?
Yeah. You would think, you know, but it's fucking awesome because they're in
Yeah,
this
and
building. Yeah.
it's but like was her plan just to blow the whole thing up with him in
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. She
Just
tried to
straight
do
up
that.
terrorism.
Yeah. She tries to do that. And her powers are becoming more powerful now.
Yeah, she
She's
can
more
be in two
powerful.
places.
She's more powerful now. She can see fireworks hitting people. And she's like, oh, one more thing. This kind of fucking irritates me. Then when they're driving away from the bad guy, they have like what do you call the machine? Like you put them down on the ground, they release like electricity, like a charge.
A defibrillator?
Defibrillator. They put that on the roof.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work like that. Cause I don't know, like I don't think it would work like that. I know like an
What?
ADD, like you shock it. I guess it would.
You shot the roof?
You shock the roof.
I
Would
don't
it?
remember this part.
It
Sorry.
happens. She shocked. They get him off the
I was
car.
so tuned
They're
out by
so
this
good.
point, I'm gonna be honest.
They shock the roof to get him off the car. It's fucking weird. Anyways,
No,
they
that
go.
wouldn't do anything.
They wouldn't do anything. And I feel
That
like,
would just like you might feel like a small shock, but it
yeah,
would like ground itself immediately.
yes, because it's moving
Well,
and
no,
rubber
it's
and
a
shit. Yeah,
giant metal fucking car. It would
yeah,
just ground itself right away.
yeah,
That's why when you're in a thunderstorm, stay in your fucking car. You're better
yeah.
inside than you are
Or if you
outside.
get like you
Don't
run
stand
into,
next to your car, stay
yeah,
in the car.
or if you run into a uh telephone pole, stay in your car unless it starts to burn, like there's a fire, because you're safer
Yeah.
in there.
Don't go anywhere
You're
near
welcome,
trees
guys.
or poles or anything like that.
Yeah. You
Because the
didn't think,
moment that lightning arcs
yeah,
through the pole and into
yeah,
the ground, excess charge is gonna go back up into you.
yep. You
Um,
didn't think you'd be learning that in on Please Watch Our Podcast.
yeah.
There you go. But yeah, they're in the fireworks factory with the Pepsi logo on top. They're blowing shit up. They blow a wall through. They blow like a perfect human-sized hole in the wall, and they run through that. They're running around. They're trying to kill this dude. Cassie Cassie becomes Madam Web. She gets a little little
Oh, I am.
and because everyone's falling, they're gonna fucking die. Everyone's like, and then she's like to the two girls, she's like, "Give me your hand, I'll help you up." The other girl's like, the black skater chick. She's like, "Don't worry, it'll be okay." She didn't help her at all. She's kind of stood there. Anyway, she goes back in, and they're fucking talking and shit. And the bad guy's like, "They're not gonna be able to help you." And that's the one time I think it was his actual voice and not dubbed because it didn't sound the same. But anyways. And then Madam Wood's like, they weren't, girls weren't, they're like fucking fighting. You weren't afraid of your nightmares were about these girls. Your nightmares were about me. And then a fucking fireworks
Which
hit.
just wasn't true.
Yeah, he also blocks a firework with his hand at one point. For some reason,
Yeah,
a
he just
firework,
bats it away.
it doesn't fucking work. That's fire, man. You're gonna fire on you. Anyways,
Well, it's a firework.
yeah, no.
It's a physical thing. He swatted it.
Yeah,
It's flying towards him. He just beat it away from him. But then it like blew up a helicopter,
yeah,
that's stupid
yeah,
because it's a firework. Like
yeah.
they blow up
And they're
and like if
hot.
you have
Yeah,
enough, it's
damn,
gonna
yeah.
make a big boom. But like I'd hope to God that my helicopter doesn't die
Hmm.
immediately after being hit with one
One fire, yeah,
commercial grade firework.
yeah.
Like this is the shit you can buy at Kabam.
Yeah. Anyway, it's so dumb.
Is that the
It's so
story?
dumb. I think so.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? The
Maybe I can.
blue and red
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
yellow. Yeah.
We usually get ours from a shipping crate in the middle of nowhere, or like just
Okay,
chilling.
you
Yeah.
probably shouldn't admit that.
No, like it's a common thing.
Yeah, but that's probably not like a normal channel to get them through shipping
Yeah,
crates from
probably
the middle
not.
of nowhere. Yeah, you're probably admitting to buying illegal.
Well, I didn't know till now, so you can't do
You
anything.
didn't think you go
I
into the
didn't.
middle like you gotta get fucking drop off and you buy a
Yeah,
bunch of explosives
yeah. I'm
from
in
a
court.
fucking guy.
I'm in court. Your Honor, I didn't know until right
Your
now.
Honor, I don't know what's happening.
Your Honor, I didn't know they were illegal fireworks.
Your Honor.
Maybe you should have deported them.
Yep. Yeah, deported.
No, send them back.
Deport the fireworks.
Deport the fireworks. Madam Web, she goes into the water, and the Pepsi logo is broken apart. We get to see the whole Pepsi logo. It's broken apart, and she's in the water, and she sees an S. What the fuck does that mean? Spider-Man? Superhero? She
To
also,
spider.
yeah, Spider. She also gets hit with a firework. You hear her underwater go. I think she
Yeah.
also, anyways,
And
baby
she gets
Peter Park.
blind
She gets blind. Yeah. They
and
do.
crippled.
Yeah, they do. There's a whole thing where they do CPR beforehand. It's fucking boring as shit. They're doing it on
Oh,
a
it's so
pillow, and it's
stupid.
so fucking bad. And they do CPR, and she's alive.
Yeah, they
Um,
taught her.
yeah, but she's blind, and they're in the hospital and shit, and they're talking about, Ben's nephew, and one of the girls are like, he's gonna have so much fun, all work, all play, no responsibility, and Madam Web sitting in her chair with a smiley little smile. It's like that's what he thinks.
Yeah,
So
and
she
like so she
she
knows
knows.
that this kid's gonna be like a superhero. She could have like like not let this kid like go through the tragedy of being Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Like Peter Parker as Spider-Man, his life sucks.
yeah,
Like or at least historically
yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
Everyone he loves,
Dies.
he had to neglect
Yeah,
because he has the responsibility
yeah,
of being Spider-Man.
yeah.
He loses his fucking high school girlfriend because he couldn't save her. He
Hmm.
wasn't fast enough. He
Hmm.
wasn't good enough.
Hmm.
That's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
He also gets murdered, but
yeah.
like that's comic books,
The
baby.
only good, listen, I think, well, MJ's there because he's flexible. And MJ's, she takes a
No,
lot of shit.
yeah,
Yeah, because he's
takes more than
flexible.
shit.
Oh, anyways, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Spider cock.
Yeah. Do you know we made the clip on TikTok, right? What I was talking about the Green Goblin's wee wee?
Yeah,
It got, what do you
it
call it?
got like
Like,
censored.
yeah, like what the
I
fuck?
know, I know.
It's kind of funny
Um,
though.
did you know
Um,
there's I can't remember what story it is, but
mhm.
there's a story of Peter Parker basically his body was so irradiated by the
Mhm.
spider, like he becomes radioactive that
Oh,
he like gives MJ cancer by
s- like
cumming
semen?
her.
Does she fucking die? Holy
Yeah, dude.
shit.
Yeah, he kills her with his cum,
Damn. You're,
right?
yeah.
Comic
Wow.
books are crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's a story. What kind of fetish do you have to have for that?
Dude, every writer, especially comic book writers, they are the weirdest people you'll ever meet. They are
Mm,
also some of the most creative people you'll ever
yeah.
meet.
Yeah.
But those things often go hand in hand.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, she fucking knows that Peter's gonna lose his uncle, so that's weird.
Oh yeah,
And
straight up, her best friend in the world,
yeah,
she
platonic best
knows is
friend.
going
Yeah.
to die.
Yeah. And she's chill with that. She literally talks about how like I can see better than I ever could before. Yeah. And she adopted all three of the girls
Basically.
basically. I mean one of them she has to adopt because her dad's fucking gone.
I mean, they live in the same building, so I
Yeah, so it's
guess
not like a bad,
like just come upstairs.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Do you see them all kind of it's so they don't get their powers at all. And it's kind of just like I know you get like she's not gonna tell
Until
them.
the very final scene in the movie, and you see the flash forward to
Yeah.
when they have their powers, and you see them do their cool shit. So basically,
Mhm.
all of the flashbacks and like visions that we see of them having their powers, and you're like, oh my God, this is so
Mhm.
hype,
Are in the
and are in the future, and they're
yeah.
like, okay, we're getting there. We're
I
gonna
would
get there.
rather
And
watch
then we finish the movie
we don't get there,
with
yeah.
a fucking vision of the future.
Yeah, and they have it. I would rather watch a movie about three girls getting Spider-Man powers. That's more
Yeah,
interesting than this. I'm just gonna say
I
the
could
movie.
care less
I could,
about
yeah,
Madam Web.
same.
Truly,
I don't care.
she's not a very interesting character.
Yeah,
She is
yeah,
almost always used just to advance the plot line
yeah,
because she has some cool powers. Like she can
yeah,
see into the future
yeah,
and all that shit, and she's vaguely connected to spiders.
yeah. It's kind of fucking dumb. The way the movie ends, the last line of the movie is, I wrote it down. I think I got pretty close. I'm not like sure. The best thing about the future is it hasn't
Hasn't
happened yet.
happened yet. No
The
fucking
really,
shit. No
the fu
shit.
the future hasn't happened yet. Whoa, I'm 14. This is deep. Like,
Yeah, the best thing about the future
this hasn't happened
is
yet.
that it's tomorrow.
Mm, mm. This movie is like, if you turn your mind off and watch this movie, you have a fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had some fun.
yeah, I had fun. Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah,
I
no.
This movie was suffering.
Yeah. I'm being honest, I watched it three times because I I generally did not watch the whole movie every time. I would just skip to certain parts. And like I think this time's like the first time I didn't finish it. I got pretty close to the end of like I know what happens. So I was like I haven't watched the whole movie in full. I haven't sat down and watched because I don't want to because it's not there are elements there's parts of these movies I love, other parts it just fucking sucks. And that fucking sucks. I hate the Sony movies so much.
Very
Uh,
bad.
my letterbox review, this movie is something else.
Nice.
I wrote a letterbox review on my letterbox. Don't fucking find it. Don't ever find it. Saying that like there's one scene where you could see a girl kind of drop into the pose, but that's because I didn't watch the movie all the way through. After watching it three times, she didn't do that. So I guess that's no point. But I'm happy that we as a society can still make movies like this.
Terrible movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this. Holy fuck.
It's only eight.
I had a really good sleep last night. I had a bunch of caffeine this morning.
Mm,
I'm like exhausted today, and I have
mm,
no clue why.
mm.
Um, this is 1.5.
Yeah.
1.5 rich black kids out of 5.
Yeah. 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 You know,
Oh yeah, no. No, yeah, rich black
yeah.
kids. Oh, no. 1.5 Peruvian neck scarves out of 5.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say.
Don't watch this movie.
You know what?
Actually, watch this
Watch
movie
this movie. Yeah.
or at least try.
Try to. You don't
I
need to
don't
finish it.
blame you if
You do
you
not.
turn it
Yeah.
off.
You don't need to finish it. Go into it.
It's
There are
on
some
Crave
funny. Yeah. There's some funny bits. Some ha ha ha.
or HBO or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. I think it might be on Netflix too. I don't know about Netflix Canada. Uh, I think it's on Netflix in the
Yeah, we're
US
Canadian
of A.
gamers.
Um, what's your movie recommendation? What are we watching next time, Mitch? Do you know?
You'll see. You'll
I'm
see.
I'm excited.
It's a surprise.
This is
This is a
Baduary.
Baduary.
Baduary, yeah.
Ah, fuck. You'll see.
I'll see.
I have a couple, and I have to narrow it down because I love
Okay.
shitty movies. I
Same.
love shitty movies.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
One
fun
of
to
the
talk about.
okay, possible choice,
Hmm.
The Great Wall with Matt
Hmm.
Damon and Pedro Pascal.
Mm,
Um, just fucking nuts movie.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily bad.
But just kind of like,
Well, no, it's bad. Like it's bad.
is it white guy saves China?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
the combined magical and military might of China could not beat the alien demon things, but the white guy could.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah,
You
I know.
know, white guys,
White. I was.
what are you gonna say? I was gonna say white guys in Hollywood, they're good. They're really strong. I wonder why. I wonder why white
Oh
men.
shit. That's like that's actually like the most like
I
no
wonder.
shit sentence
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. I wonder
Like,
why they're
yeah,
so
white guys
good.
are hot right now.
Yeah.
White guys are, they're tearing up the game.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. We have an email. You can email us at pleasewatchourpodcast at pleasewatchourpodcast
And
at
remember,
gmail.com. And remember,
with great responsibility
responsibility, power
comes
comes,
great
comes
power.
power, comes power, powder. Bye.
Yeah, I come powder.
Come powder.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you guys.